Oh, yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. Just in case. So I want to welcome each and everyone to this training session tonight. And this is information session for CHC training. And of course, you're going to be knowing more about what the CHC stands for and why it is important at a time like this. But before we continue, I want us to please introduce ourselves, if you don't mind. Before we continue, please, participant self-introduction and reasons why you have come, for this training. Please, let's do that quickly. Anybody can go first, please. Sorry before I... Okay.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. So sorry, it's a bit late, so let me just show my face briefly.
Thank you.
I can.
Yeah, thank you, ma. Nice to see you.
So, yeah, my name is Kemi Alapafuja. I'm registered general nurse. I used to be a theater practitioner. So I think that's just a next level for me. After retiring last year, just to keep myself going on till the full retirement age.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, God bless. So next person, please be free. If you want to show your face, go for it. All right. But please, I want everybody to, just introduce themselves and tell us what you intend gaining from this training or why you are here. Yeah, please, over to us. Let's do that quickly because of our time.
Okay, my name is Haz, but unfortunately, I think there's 3 people registered under the same name. I don't know how it's happening. Yeah, under my name. I think there's 2 more people that are registered under my name.
Okay, I think I know why now. I'm really sorry. I copy one of the links. I mean, when I got the confirmation, so I sent for those that have indicated that they will join. So I was thinking, it's going to be the same link. I didn't realize it's going to have your name because you register. I'm so sorry. I think that was my fault. Please bear with me. Anyone that is here that is having this as Vinay's name, please, can you change it to your name? Please, apologies. I was wondering why we have so many of that. So,
okay.
My fault. Apologies. Over to you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm a trained nurse. I've been working with the NHS as Ben5 for some time, but I've seen the CHC role before, and one of my friends was recommending it. That's a few years back, but I'm looking at changing my career at the minute. So one of my friends sent me, I don't know how she got it, but she sent it to me, and I just thought it would be interesting. Also bearing in mind that it's a work from home, which I didn't think it was possible with the CHC, so it would be interesting to know.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. And once again, apologies about the distribution of your own unique login details. I totally forgot that everybody will have unique one because it will be coming in your name. So I will learn that for next time. Sorry about that. Okay. Please, next person can go first at random. It doesn't matter who else. Yes, go on.
Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Priscilla Edemaushedo, and I'm agency nurse. I was just in bed. Somebody threw it to me, and I logged in. I don't know what it's all about, so I'm just keen to know.
Okay, fantastic. Well done. Thank you for joining us. Yes, next person, please. Let's make it quick.
Hi.
Yes.
Angel. I'm on John Maxwell platform, so I saw the link, and I'm a nurse also, but I'm tired of going to work all the time. I'm looking for something that I can work anywhere I am. So I have heard that CHC offers that opportunity. So let me come and hear it, because I've got a friend who is actually doing it, and she, at some point, she was doing 2 jobs at the same time. And I was like, what? So yeah, thanks.
Fantastic. Yes, you are in the right place. You've made a great decision. Thank you for joining us. Yes, next person, please.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Shola Ozolua.
Yeah.
I'm a mental health nurse, and I'm not sure if there's any opportunity to work from home, but I just thought I'll come along and see what this is all about. And then I'm open to I'm open to change. And then thank you for inviting me.
That's okay. Thank you so much, Ma. And I'm really happy that you mentioned that you're not sure if it's for mental health nurse. In fact, it is for mental health for all nurses. Hallelujah. So I'm going to be showing us more information about it. Do we have anybody else want to introduce themselves before we continue? Okay, let's get on with it. So you've told me about yourself, so I'm going to be introducing myself as well. So for me, here I am, in case you can see that I'm trying to reduce this here, that's it. So Olanike Bejide, and I'm a registered nurse. I'm a Band 6, registered nurse. I currently work with CHC, that's Continued Care Team, and I'm loving it. And my compassion heart as a nurse will not let me go without telling other nurses. And of course, because I'm a coach with the John Maxwell team, I always encourage empowerment, awareness, and positive transformation. When I see people suffering, I can't bear it. I just want to, do something about it, because I believe everybody's got a unique potential, that nobody is useless or waste of space. Nobody's created to be suffering, So whenever I see anything like that, I always want to create awareness and encourage people to consider a change. And I didn't start out as a nurse. I actually started out as a business administrator, back in my country. I'm a Nigerian. And then after business administration, I went to the university. I did that in Polytechnic. If you are familiar with, Polytechnic institution in Nigeria. And then from there, I went to do accounting through direct entry. So instead of starting from year 1, I started from year 2. So, and I finished my accounting, I went to service here, and then I went to join my husband, in South Africa. But it was hard to, to get job. So I tried so many things, it was not really working. So after some time, my husband was having his PhD then, and he finished, he got a job. After some time, we relocated to the UK. So getting to the UK, still I didn't get a job as an accountant. It was hard. So I had to start from care job, night shifts, and all of that. Gradually, I worked my way to where I am today by God's grace. And I didn't also start with being a nurse. I did public health as well, just to let you know that it's been a bit of a journey, but I'm really happy that I was able to go through that journey successfully. And with that, I have wealth of, experience and knowledge to encourage other people, to empower people. So without taking too much of our time, hopefully another day I'll be telling you more about me, but let's move on. Okay. So in addition to all of that, at my spare time as well, I'm a global coordinator for a platform that runs in 7 countries. I founded the platform 2015, and then in 2020, during the pandemic, I was encouraging people to to pray. And through that as well, it's not just about prayer only, we're also empowering ourselves as well. And I keep on training myself so I can also reach out to train others. Okay, so moving on. What is the objectives of this training that you are on tonight? Number 1, to create awareness of many great opportunities in nursing and in other health professional, that is beyond the hands-on role. I mean, clinical role, like working in the hospital. Of course, I'm not trying to downgrade working in the hospital. I've worked in the hospital before. I've worked in the community, and I loved it. I enjoy it. For me, I know it's like a foundational route for me to get to where I am. So, and I'll be telling you more about objectives of this training. Okay, the second thing is to encourage my fellow nurses and other healthcare professionals not to quit their valuable and worthy profession. Being a nurse is valuable, it's respectable, I mean, it's honorable, you understand? And it's always saddened my heart when I see people leaving, their valuable profession. You've spent so much time, to develop yourself to this level, and for one reason or the other, people just quit and all that. but there is another, light after the tunnel. So, and the next objective is for me to make life easy for other professionals who desire to go flexible, in their roles. Okay. Now, before we go there, I want to show us some things that probably most nurses don't really consider. And it's not what they don't know. They already know it because we all did, we went to school and all of that. We know that NHS, start from where? Department of Health, So what does Department of Health, what does it do? They oversee, the department oversees the national service, in England by developing policy and guidelines to improve the quality of care to meet, patient expectation. And also the Department of Health ensures the provision of appropriate health and social care services, both within the clinical settings, such as hospital, GP, surgeries, and all the others. And then the Department of Health as well support the public to protect, and improve their health, So, when I look at that, I started, to think about it. So this Department of Health, now put some things in place. I'm trying to show us the, where we sit as nurses, under the Department of Health, so that we can also buckle up and see ourselves, see how valuable we are and how to move up the ladder without, stress. Okay, so Department of Health, came up with the idea of, okay, let's begin to provide care services and all of that for people in our nations, in the community and all of that. So what did they do? They look for commissioners, like National Health is a big project. So how will they get it to the grassroots? How will they get it to people that really need it? What did they do? They look for commissioners, So that commissioner, they are the one working within clinical, commissioning group, health watch, and local authorities and all of that. So this commissioner now look for how to reach out to people that really need this health. What did they do? They went through the primary, and secondary care platform. Talking about the primary care platform, you know what we mean as nurses, GPs, district nurses, and all the people within the community that you can easily reach before, the case is taken to the secondary care, which is talking about, the hospital. Now, when you go to the hospital, you will see a lot of nurses, and majority of nurses, that's where they stop. But if you look at this ladder, looking at this organogram or organizational structure, you will see that CHC is sitting just under the Department of Health. You can see the commissioning support unit, clinical commissioning group, health watch, and all that. So the call for a better day for nurses through this training is for you to move beyond the level where you are at right now and move up the ladder. So you'll be experiencing or understanding more of more reasons why this training is important. Now, this training is also important because I realized that nurses are now experiencing compassionate fatigue. Now, if you look at, the 6 C's of nursing, what are we supposed to be doing? To care, to show compassion, to show that we are competent, to show our commitment, to show that we are courageous, to show that we can communicate. But, when the stress is too much at some point, all these 6 C's of nursing, before you know it, they'll be out of the window and nurses will be at risk. So if you look at, so many reasons why many people are, leaving the NHS, you see that maybe they've had enough. For example, over the past 12 months, more than 34,000, nurses left their role within the NHS. And then an increase of 25% on the previous year. This is not, this is not an isolated or incidental increase. You understand? So things are happening within the NHS, and if care is not taken, the profession that we have all labored for, before we know it, we'll just throw in the towel. I wouldn't want us to get to that level. That is why, I felt I should, come in and introduce this enjoyment that I am having currently to other nurses. For example, according to King Fund, if you look at this chart, you realize that from 2015 to 2022, which is just last year, look at the rate at which nurses are leaving their profession. Look at that. So currently, as of 2022, we are counting like 7,000 nurses leaving, throwing in the towel. Some are maybe going for another profession. Some are retiring. Some are, they just decided they don't want to be nurses again. In fact, when you go on Facebook, you will see a lot of people, they are now doing this work from home, like all these odd jobs, going on YouTube, looking for things that is making them to forget the profession that they have really, really labored for. So when I look at this, when I got this opportunity, I was like, wow, I will not keep this to myself. I will reach out to other nurses, that you don't have to throw away that, profession that you have labored for maybe for 30 years and be doing some, pure water kind of a job online. You can still do this profession online from the comfort of your home. So that is why I felt I'm going to create an awareness. Now, why are the nursing staff leaving their role? Based on research, I realized that some retire. And even when you retire, it does not mean that's the end of life. The show is just beginning, because you can still be at home and be doing something. Hallelujah. Then another reason is personal circumstances. Some people, I don't know why, maybe they're having, young children and all of that. But I look at some of these reasons, I realize that actually all these reasons, they are still manageable. You can still be a nurse, even if you fall into all these reasons. And then the next thing is too much pressure. I've worked on the hospital ward before. I've worked in the community as a district nurse. So I know how, pressurized nurses can be. I used to, leave my house very early, like 5 a.m. and all of that. I'm not saying this to discourage us from working in the community or, on the hospital setting. But what I'm saying is, whenever you are feeling you've had enough, it's not the time for you to throw in the towel and throw away your profession. There is still, a way out for you to still continue, to enjoy your profession and be earning even much more than your expectation. And then, of course, we remember at the time of pandemic that many people, because of that, they left, which is really, really valuable reason because of lives and all of that. Now, moving on from there, why this training, this training session? I've brought about this training session to create awareness of hidden riches in nursing and all other health professionals, as in not just for nurses alone, even if you are not a nurse, as in you have nursing skill and you are a health professional, you can still come and do this job. Now, this is why I created this training, or this opportunity for us to come and be informed and go through the training and start working in no time. For example, you will see a lot of nurses, they are tired of 13 hours, back-to-back shifts. Some are, sleepless nights. I remember I did, night shift for like 3.5 years. I knew how it was. I used to, when I come back home, it's like I'm in another realm. I don't know where I am because I've not slept, properly. And then another one is, you don't know where your children are. You don't know what's going on in your home, particularly when you have teenagers. That's the time that you want to spend time with your children and be there for them. Right now, I'm in my home. I have 3 children by the grace of God, 1 in the uni, 2, in the secondary school, about to, be leaving the secondary school very soon. So they need me around. And working within my home does not, stop me from attending to the children and all of that whenever they come back from school. Or maybe your children, they have already grown up. There are still some things you can still do with your time when you work from home. So there are so many opportunities, so many benefits. For example, you work from the comfort of your home, and then opportunity, to learn, to be there, to know the milestones of your children, and then you have opportunity as well to register with the agency. So to say, when you are working as a CHC nurse, it does not stop there. You can still work for agency and be earning as if you are running from pillar to post. The same. You still be earning, if not more than the same amount, that you earn when you go from here to London because you want to do agency. You can still do it from your home. Now, we need to stop dreaming about, I wish, or I love to, also be work from home. Now is the time for us to start to do something about it. So I will encourage you to join the CHC Nurse Assessor team. Now, what is CHC? It's called the Continuing Healthcare Team. Job rather, or role. It's not a PIP. You know, the personal independence payment or whatever they call it is not PIP. It's not like you are working for the Department of Works and Pension. Continuing health care is a package of care that is provided by the National Health Service in the UK. It is free of charge to people with complex and ongoing health care needs. And you know, it funds the cost of healthcare services, equipment, and support that is needed to manage the health and condition of people with complex primary health needs. And also, is for example, right now, the NHS is experiencing, you know, shortage of staff in this role, and many people are not aware, you know, of it. This is why I'm bringing it, you know, to our awareness so that we can know. Now, what are the benefits of working as CHC nurse? The benefit is that you will start as a band 6. The moment you start, you get the job, you're a band 6. It's not like band 5. But just come as a band 5 at the minimum, and then the job is band 6. And then the next thing is you work from the comfort of your home with ease. You save on traveling expenses. You learn about opportunity to make more money. Look at some of the things, other things I was telling you that I'm doing. I'm a coach, I'm this and that. I'm able to do it around, you know, working from home as a CHC nurse. And also there's opportunity for you to be home for your family, especially, you know, being there for your children. And then opportunity to join the bank team. They also have bank team, just like you're working in the hospital and you want to register with bank, they have it. And also opportunity to make more money. You can join the, you know, agency. They also have their agency, you know. So this is why I'm trying to encourage people to come along. Now, who are these training for? It is for registered nurses, whether you are adult nurse, community nurse, you know, disability nurse, theater nurse, midwife nurse, mental health nurse, you know, district nurse, pharmacist. In fact, I'm working with a pharmacist right now. I'm training a pharmacist at work right now, you know. And then there's another midwife that I just trained yesterday. So it's not just for maybe general nurse, whether you're a pharmacist, you know, because we are all working like interwovenly, you know, occupational therapist, health visitor, social worker. They are also doing CHC, but they will not call them CHC, no, they will call them CHC assessor. You know, so anyone that is not like maybe having nursing background, they will call them CHC nurse assessor. But sorry, they call them CHC assessor. But if you're a nurse, they will say CHC nurse assessor. And you start from band 6. Now, to find out more, if you like to find out more about how to now secure this job, I'm organizing a training. You know, next week is weekly training, next week, and then there's another one week after the next. You can come along. So how do you join? Sorry. Okay. So when you register for this training, what do you expect or what to expect? You will be trained all you need to know about CHC in preparation for your job interview. And then the next thing is information about how and where to apply. Then access to interview questions. They repeat interview questions, all the questions, they repeat it, you know, but sometimes they will just twist it. So you have access to interview question when you come on this training, when you register. And then the next thing is you have access, you know, to CHC cover letter templates. And if you also want to repackage maybe your CV, there is opportunity for that as well. And then you have access to starter pack for when you get the job. You'll be trained as well, you know, what to expect, how to like get the ground running from day one. Of course, when you get the job as well, they will train you. But for you to go and do that job, you can see their level on the organogram, on the organizational structure that I show you. That is not just for anybody. You need to be aware of what it stands for before, you know, you can get a job when you go to interview. But it's easy to get a job because they are desperate. They need nurses right now. But you need to go there because people are rushing towards it and they are getting people regularly. So you need to know what it's all about. You don't just go there and appear and think you're going to use the same thing, the same kind of interview setting that you have on the ward when you get there. No, you need to go and show them. And another advantage that everyone in health profession, you know, has is everything that you need, you know, to work with within the CHC, you have already been equipped with it. But it's because, you know, you don't know it. That's what this training is all about. This training will serve as eye-opener. It will serve, you know, as, you know, a training where you'll be taught the language that you need to be speaking when you go for interview. So it will be as if you have been working with them already. I also went to do the training. That's why I know what I'm talking about. You know, I've worked on the ward, I've worked as district nurses, and then when I heard about it, I went to do the training. And then when I went for interview, you know, I was speaking their language and I got the job. In fact, I got 4 jobs. So they are desperate, they are looking for people right now. That's why I can't keep quiet. I felt as a coach, I know what it means to create awareness. I'm going to tell my fellow nurses, you know. So you get a starter pack and then you become a lifetime member of my CHC WhatsApp platform. And the benefit of that is you will be among other CHC, you know, assessors or nurse assessors, where you can throw in questions, you can brainstorm, you can, you know, collaborate, you can talk with people. In fact, there are people, or you know, that from their, because of the time the free time they have on the job, they are beginning to even create their own company, maybe as a recruitment agency or whatever, you know. So, and that's because you have more time, because you are more exposed. And, you know, you are going to be working virtually. And at times you may need to go, you know, and do maybe assessments, which is probably there's a safeguarding issue. It's not about you, but maybe you notice that, oh, I think I better go and check these patients, maybe in the nursing home, maybe in their own home, maybe in the hospital, maybe at the GP, wherever they want to be, you know. So there are so many ways around it, and you'll be able to go. And you are not going there to go and be changing pamper or nappy or anything. You are going as a professional, honorable nurse that they will even be like being, or they'll be on their best behavior before you get there, because you are in charge. And also when you are, you know, working virtually, you are working with the GPs, you are working with managers in the nursing home, you are working with, I mean, people that have all the necessary information that you need for your patients. And yeah, so it's really, really interesting. I'm loving it. I felt I'm not going to keep this to myself. I would like to, you know, bring my fellow nurses along. And apart from that, extra support that I will also offer, if you like to come along with this for this training, is support with filling in your application with you. Because I know some nurses might be very busy. So instead of postponing it or delaying it, I can sit down with you and, you know, fill it with you, and then support for one-to-one pre-interview assessments. I will interview you. So what does it cost? The standard training cost for all the things I've told you to be ready to go for CHC interview is £150. And the extra support to interview you myself, you know, to train you like one-to-one is £50. So that's £200. But if you felt you don't need the extra support, it doesn't matter. You can, you know, do the main training at the standard one. Where I went to do my training, I only did the standard one. I didn't do the extra one. But based on my experience, I thought it's better to also give extra support for whoever would like to come along. So to do that, you will enroll and pay for the training and then come along for my next training. So my next training is next week. And I mean, for the real, not the introductory section that we are doing right now, I mean the real one. And it takes 2.5 hours to do it. And after that, you become a lifetime, you know, member of my CHC WhatsApp platform. And whatever question you have, you can always ask it. And whenever we have training like this, you don't have to pay again. You can always come along for training. Even when you are, you know, on the job, you can still come. Maybe you still need some explanation or some things are not clear and you can't ask anybody at work. You can always come back to this platform when I'm doing training and join us and ask your question or come along or even share your testimony to encourage others. So I want to appreciate you for your time. Do we have any question?
Yes, please. Do you need a DBS for this training? For the work, sorry.
Oh yeah, any job that you apply to, they will always, you know, ask you for DBS. And some people, they do update service, you know, like once you've done one DBS, you can register with update service such that anytime you apply for a job, you can just give them your, maybe your reference on the update service. They will check it, oh, it's up to date. And that first, I mean, make speed up rather the recruitment process. Yes.
Okay, thanks. And the other question I have is their CHC training course. Is it a requirement for anytime you apply for the job that you need a CHC training for the role?
It's your own personal extra effort to be ahead of others when you apply and when you go for interview. Okay, so it's like individual decision to train themselves to be more aware, such that when you go for the interview, you don't struggle because other people are also trying to get the same job that you are going for. But of course, when you get the job, you will still be trained. Okay, but what this platform is all about is to make you to become aware, to know the language, have the language, and know how to apply it, such that when you go for interview, it's easy for you and you get the job easily. So yeah.
Okay, so it's an accredited course, is it?
You mean this course?
Yeah.
I'm a coach. I'm running it as an independent, coach. It's not like maybe accredited or something like that. I'm an independent coach. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes. Please.
Firstly, with the training, would it be in the evening?
It depends on the group that will be coming for the training. For example, I prefer this time because most people would have left. Maybe people that are working in the hospital, they would have, finished working for the day, and they're able to sit down, raise their leg on their sofa, they're on their phone and learning extra things. Because I know that, I mean, how busy nurses are during the day, even when you are, I don't want to suggest people that are at work, at night. No. But I'm talking of people that have gone, for the whole day to work and all that, and they want to come back and relax and listen. And if you need support to help you fill in your application, we do it together. And when you are ready for your interview, I will do assessment with you. You have access to questions, interview questions. You have access to templates, a lot of templates. You will fill in everything that some of the basic one that you'll be doing when you get the job. I will teach you how to do all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Is that one for after the training or part of the training or for the extra support?
The extra support is the interview, filling of your application form.
Okay.
But during the training, you will have a starter pack, okay? And then you do the basic training. It's about 2.5 hours. But from my experience, what I've noticed is, to do 2.5 hours training at times might not be like enough. You may want to get more support. That's why I say you can always come back for training when it's, we're having training. But of course, you must have paid for the training to be able to come back and attend for free. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My second question is people that are not nurses, for instance, like social workers, is there any role for them, like on the weekends, if they wanted to work as a CHC assessor on the weekends, or is it, are there bank roles that are available on the weekends, or is it just a Monday to Friday kind of role?
Yeah, it's Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. But of course, there are people, CHC nurses, that are working with agencies who are able to work on weekend.
Okay.
So they are CHC agency, and they know that the people that are like maybe having full-time job that they work Monday to Friday, so they are so much aware of that, and they encourage weekend working. But that will be with agency, not as working full-time with the organization.
The SCCJ. Okay, thank you very much.
Any other question? Please, if you can change your name to your real name, because I made a mistake of sending out somebody's link. That's why you are having the name that is showing on your screen. If you can change it to your name, because the lady has just, she also mentioned it that she's seen people logging on with her name. Please, if you can do that. Thank you so much. Okay. Sorry, any more questions?
I just wanted to ask, because sometimes we nurses, we are enhanced by what is it that are we going to be getting if we leave what we know, the comfort zone that is very uncomfortable, but we've adopted it as our comfort zone. what CHC would bring in terms of monetary?
Oh, it's the same band, you know, for example, band 5 nurse, you know how much they earn. It's the same, but of course, when you start CHC, it starts from band 6. So you're gonna be getting band 6 money. So it's still NHS. It's not like an independent, organization. It's part of NHS. I'm not sure if you were here when I was showing you the organogram, the Department of Health organizational structure. So it's part of NHS. It's not like maybe it's separate. So the standard pay scale or pay rate is there. That if you are band 6, this is how much you're gonna earn. So yeah. So that's everything that is happening on the ward in terms of payment is the same thing that's happening there. So it's NHS as well. I'm not sure if I answered the question, ma.
Yeah, I mean, you've answered me, but I thought you were going to touch on the agency part of it as well.
Oh, okay. Yes, of course. The agency, remember, NHS is not the one running the agency, just like we have in the community where agency is separate from working on the ward. But of course, when there are short staff on the ward, they will, ask the agency staff or agency company rather to supply staff. So for the agency, yes, there are different caseload. For example, the standard for maybe like DST, decision support 2, is 350 for one caseload. And you can decide to take on 3 caseload and do it in a day, create your time and do it in a day. You know how much that is. So agency is also very, very promising. Yeah. But of course, for you to work as an agency or agency staff, you must have had minimum of 1 year experience as a CHC nurse assessor, because it's different from clinical hands-on job that we do on the ward. So you must have mastered their language, their policies and framework and all of that. And once you show them that you've had 1 year experience on this job, yeah, you can register with agency. Yeah.
Okay, I have one more question. You highlighted the difference between the nurse assessor for CHC and the disability, the one that works with the Department of Works. But some people have, because of just like comparing that one too, and some people have said that one is very demanding and the caseloads is too much. So I just wanted to check if it's the same as the CHC, or maybe the workload of the CHC might be better.
It's actually the same thing. For example, as a nurse assessor, I do assessment for people with learning disability. We get them as well. So it's the same thing. You can, it's just a mixture. The only thing is when they know that somebody has background of learning disability, they may want to, allow you to use your skill to like assess, the client or the patient, or speak to their family or GP or whatever. But it's more or less like it's distributed. So it really doesn't matter, to be honest. So it doesn't matter. It's the same caseload. And it's also depend on the locality where you get your own job. But to be honest, is the coolest setting to work. if I may say that to like encourage you. So whether you are a learning disability nurse or general nurse, it doesn't make difference, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more question? And if you want to come along for the training I'm talking about, I'm happy to drop my account number here. Okay, and just reference it with your name, and then you have the link to come along for the training. I'll just type my account number here, because to attend the training, you must have paid, and that shows commitments, and you can come along for the training, and you can start applying for the job immediately after the training. So it doesn't really take long. And if you want extra support, I will also support you to do that. So I'm going to put my account number here to come along for the training. Thanks. Yeah. So that's it there. Source code account number. If you want the standard training, which is 150, yeah, you can pay that with your name as reference. And I'm not sure, I think probably we have some people here that don't have my number. I can put my number here. You can also keep in touch with me, you know, to let me know you have paid or alert me. I can see the, at least for us to start making arrangements. That's why.
We can't see the details, or maybe I can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I think I'm sending it to a direct. I thought
Yes, I was just going to say that
I
it's
didn't
not on the
realize. Thank you.
platform. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you for
Okay.
raising that. I will just copy it back and send it to everyone. So the moment you finish the training, you can start application immediately. You don't have to wait till maybe you've learned everything. All you need is just be aware and then start your application, and whatever else support you need, we can take it from there as well. So I've sent it to everyone. That's the sort code, that's the account number. And the bank is Lloyd's Bank. And the name of the on the account is F Bejide. So bank. So once you've paid, give me a call or text me or send me confirmation, you know, either on my WhatsApp or directly, and then we can get ahead with, go ahead with the training. And like I mentioned, we're starting next week. So I'm putting my name there now. So once you've paid, send me the confirmation, because that will make me to see the evidence, and then you will get the link to join me next week. And you can start your application immediately after the training, if you like, or if you want to wait for another day, or if you need extra support, we can go ahead and, you know, start doing things. But of course, you will also get the starter pack, you know, that you can still continue to familiarize yourself with what to expect as you get ready for the interview. And there'll be case studies, there'll be templates, you know, that you will use to just get yourself familiarize yourself with as you get ready for interview. Yeah. So any other question? Anybody else?
Yeah, in terms of work, did you say there's a lot of work available?
Yes. Yes. I'll give you the link of where to go for the application, how to apply and all of that. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? What's the time? Oh, we are 18 minutes beyond it after. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for tonight. It's been very impactful. And I'm sure each and everyone has taken one thing or the other home with us. And look forward to seeing you next week.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
God bless. I have to leave now, everyone. Thank you and have a very good night. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else?
Thanks. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, God bless.
Thank you very much.
That's
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Area. You don't need to go back to them.
Okay. Priscilla Adima, Angela, Angel Nkomonde. Sorry if I didn't pronounce the name properly. Do you have any more questions?
Not necessarily. I just thank you, because I think in nursing we don't really have much coaching. As a coach myself, I always see even how we work so hard and how we utilize our time and our money. It just needs coaching. But we don't, as coaches, we don't really take it to ourselves to actually help others. So thank you for doing this. It helps.
Welcome. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you if you like to come along.
Yeah, it's just that I'm in and out of the country, so I'm just going to talk to you at some point when I'm a little bit settled.
Okay, no worries. Anytime. Okay, Priscilla. Okay, she's gone. All right. Thank you, Stashala. God bless you. So I'm just gonna end the meeting.
Yeah, I will contact you privately.
Okay, ma. No problem. Thank you, ma. God bless.